My great-grandmother was actually a midwife who delivered a baby for Thomas Lincoln. And his name happened to be Abraham Lincoln. So, wow. So yeah, I've got nurses way back in my family. Hey guys, how are we? My name is Kay. I have been a traveler for 15 years now, and I currently travel as a house supervisor. I'm currently at home working on websites and bringing some more great information to travel healthcare professionals. That's about me in a nutshell.
Well, this is a great opportunity. I'm Steve. I happen to work at Atlas. I worked with Kay a long time ago. Actually, I think I was your first recruiter.
Yes.
And I believe you even wrote me into your first book.
I did.
About the travel industry. And I think some of the were hurtful. They were, I can't say, the writings about me were great. I was pretty green. They weren't. I think you were a little concerned. I didn't know what I was doing, and you were very right. I had no idea
what I was doing. The story here is that whenever I did my very first travel assignment, I actually wrote out a journal on my first assignment, and I would write, not every day, but every 2 to 3 days. One day, yeah, I wrote that, now I've got a new recruiter now, and I'm like, oh good, well.
Seasoned pro.
Yeah, and so they tell him that they've got this new recruiter, they put him with a new travel nurse, and he's supposed to be this finance guy. And so I said, well.
Wizard, so smart.
I know, I was like, well, I hope he can do good for my finances, because, if he's a financial wizard, I guess I'll take him. We'll see how this goes. I have a passion for teaching travel nurses how to do it the right way.
And teaching new recruiters, apparently. So thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, you did good. So, but yeah, I spend a lot of time now teaching new travelers how to do it the right way. And I also spend time going around to different travel companies and teaching the recruiters what a nurse wants in a travel company. Because a travel company cannot supply the nurse's needs or the healthcare provider's needs if they don't know what they need.
The diary, was that fun to look back and look at your first assignment? We hear one side of it, right? And then you go in the journal and you write it down. But how powerful is that for a recruiter to really know what you're dealing with? So that journal, I think, would be very useful for a recruiter to read that.
Right, and it's...
And see all the stress you're dealing with, right?
It's important that recruiters understand what we're actually going through in the field. We're not just going to work, yada, 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 and then all you see is the happy pictures of us hiking up in the mountains and fishing and sailing and, going to all these wonderful places. The journal was actually what was going on at the time and the stresses that I was dealing with on my first assignment, which has been a backbone to me teaching newbies what they need to know for that first assignment. So that's how I came up with highway hypodermics and putting everything together, was that very first travel assignment.
Imagine being a new traveler and getting to see the whole transition, like what it's like your first couple assignments, how stressful it is, and then to see yourself in the future, a couple assignments down the road, and seeing that person and how much more confident they are and how much better flow they're in.
It takes a while for travelers to gain their confidence, and it's all a learning process. And the same thing for recruiters is that it's all a learning process. I mean, look where you are after 15 years, after I trained you right.
She trained me right.
Now you have your own company, and what a great company Atlas is.
For me, I was never planning on being a recruiter at the time. That was the last thing. I mean, I hated phones. I hated talking on the phones. And what it taught me was that there's a person on the other side, and you can build relationships and you can make friends that are there forever. If you're a new recruiter, open your ears and ask questions. And if you're a new traveler, make sure vice versa. You open ears, you ask people around you, you get the resources you need, but don't be afraid to talk to a recruiter and be honest with them and share what you're feeling, because we're human and we both have the same interest,
So I think the important thing that I learned from Steve is that whenever there's problems, that's not the end of the road. There may be problems, but let's work together. We're all human, we make mistakes. As a newbie, if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. You pick up your boots and and go on. And
But don't keep it all in.
No, don't keep it all
There's
in.
people out
Don't
there.
write it all down.
Share. There's, you know, there's people on the other line that really want to help you. So don't keep it in, because communication is the key for it to be successful for both sides.
Right.
So.